A lot of activity going on around here, man. A lot of activity. First over Lake Michigan, unidentified flying object, UFO. They couldn't pinpoint exactly where it was at. And they just shot one down over Lake Huron. And by the way, one of the UFOs was able to knock out the signals that was monitoring it. Yeah, buddy. Hang on. What I tell you, man. What have I been telling you? Okay, people are going to come out here and say it's fake, and they're doing this because it's going to be a fake alien invasion. Blah 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 blah. But that ain't what God told us. The only one that ain't lied to each and every one of us. That ain't what He said. He told us the truth from the beginning of time to the end of time. What we're living right now. You're bearing witness to it. I hope that you're with God and God's army, man, because we are an army of fear. Okay. What's happening up over your head? Blame it on China. Go ahead. Blame it on Russia, Russia, Russia. China just are dealing with the same thing right now themselves, but they just ain't talking about it as much. But they're dealing with the same thing. All of a sudden, boom, these things are popping up everywhere, man. And they're not round like balloons. You listen to how they're describing the last ones. Yeah, we've seen the Chinese spy balloon, but was it really? I mean, they are monitoring the underground dumps, like I said, and there's a reason for that. This is nothing to do with reverse alien technology. This is the real deal, man. I sat here and I'm watching these jets bust ass out towards Lake Huron, and it's not it's unusual we're on that because we got Selfish Air Force Base down in Mount Clemens, and every once in a while they do their little runs and shit, a couple times out of the year, and they fly out towards Lake Huron and shit, follow the border, the northern border, and they shoot back, to Selfish Air Force Base. This is totally different, man. For one, I couldn't believe the number of aircrafts that I was seeing heading that way. I ain't went up that way, but it's happening, man. Everybody come out here and time again, they keep saying China, 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 just like we do it, Russia, 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 China, China, China. Well, I know that one. That was a Chinese spy balloon. But then again, are we positive of that now? Because of the writing, there's English writing on it, English, and the components were from around the United States, and but who's to say that wasn't us sending that up there to monitor these things? And then somebody caught it, shit, so they playing it all off. And then I know they ain't the truth, man, but I'm just saying, that's the story that'll be thrown out there too and shit. But this is happening, man. These things are popping up all over the fucking place, man. Excuse my mouth. And like I said, China's dealing with the same shit right now, but they're not reporting it because you know how strict China is, man. They'll keep that to yourself, man. Don't let because they look like there's some kind of big bullies and shit, whatever, but they're dealing with the same shit. It's happening everywhere. They keep saying, well, we're seeing them in South America. We're seeing them over in India. We're seeing them here. We're seeing, yeah, you're seeing it, but you still ain't believing it. Smoke them if you got them. What's up, Bart? I see you. Coyote, what up? Yep, up fast. Oh, well, you ain't missed nothing, man. They're shooting UFOs out of the sky left and right. So not they're on man. They're probes. What they are. So I try explaining this before. They're probes. You know how we send probes to other planets and shit. You know how you guys send your probes to the moon or Mars or whatever, and that's exactly the exact same thing that's going here. But guess what, man? Ain't you ask yourself where all the food's been going? You know, why is there a shortage of food? I mean, oh, well, because they're burning down all the plants and this and that. Well, why is there a shortage? For real. Setting us up, man. Setting us up. But it'll come out here shortly, man. Unidentified flying object shot down over Lake Huron, man. And I'm sitting here looking right out the window right now. I'm watching them bust ass, man, going north. I mean, I could spit the Lake Huron right now. And I watched multiple aircraft going that way. unlike I ever seen before. I mean, during the Northern Strike, that's the same time J. Helm was happening, but we had Northern Strike here up in the north. They called it Northern Strike, and there's a reason for all this, man. There wasn't that much activity in the sky as there was I just seen, man. You know, I watched them land Black Hawk helicopters downtown Port Huron, Michigan, man, in the middle of the town, man, on the street, man. Literally. Matter of fact, the month before that happened, I went down to city council and I complained about the helicopters and shit, saying that, you know, there could be an accident. And one of them things could fall out of the sky and people get murdered, because that's what it been, you know. They would have murdered them. And the city council like look at me like, you know, what are you talking about? And I had to educate them. I literally had to educate them on what was going on. And then guess what happened a month later? Black Hawk helicopter lands downtown Port Huron, hits our old Sperry's overhang, the building, Sperry's building, hits the overhang and messes it up. Not the helicopters, but messed up the awning. But it did hit that awning. It could have killed people. Now all of it's coming together now for you, man. Huh? Go watch some guy blowing smoke up your ass, some money whore and shit. Go watch him. Go watch him and give him your money and shit. Pay for his clothes, pay for his food, pay for their luxury of getting their fucking nails done. What they call that? Pay for their haircut. Pay for the remodeling of their house. Pay for their being chauffeured around. Just go over there and give them all your freaking money, man. And they still won't be as educated as I am on this shit, man. They want you to keep chasing watermarks, man, on ballots, on voting ballots. That's what they want. They don't want to keep stringing you in and shit, man. Got to keep making you believe, believe that an election's going to be overturned. We all know that it was bullshit. It was rigged. We know that. Okay? But how many years are they going to keep reeling you in and shit, man? Just to get their money from you. The truth should be free. You know, Jesus was against the government. You know that, right? Remember when he fastened that whip? He went after the tax collectors. You remember that? You don't have to be scared to be against the government for their greed, their corruption, and their murdering, the killing of innocent lives. You don't have to be scared. What you have to do is stand up and be that of God and God's army. Because I'm telling you, we are an army to fear. And you're about ready to be presented with that, man. I fall short of the glory of God. I ask for forgiveness every day. And if you ain't done that, you need to get down on your knees and you need to ask for forgiveness from the King of Kings. You ain't got much time. You're going to sit there, look up in the sky, and you're going to see him coming, and you're going to drop of a heart attack, and it's too late because you never asked for forgiveness, man. He knows you sin, brothers and sisters. He knows that. He knows the time that you live in is very hard to stay away from the sins that are out there. He understands that. He just wants you to understand that. And I'll give you a little hit, man. You can go anywhere, man, and you can Google UFOs or whatever, man. Go YouTube and YouTube UFOs and do it for just this month. But you should go back at least the beginning of the year. if they allow you to search these things, but you'll see the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Even Secure Team 10 or whatever his name is, he got a video UFO balloon, whatnot, not realizing what he's got and what he posted, but it's there. You know, you can go and see it everywhere. I was sitting there. I knew about the no fly zone over Lake Michigan. I knew that early, way early. Okay, and all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose over us, man. And they weren't messing around, man. They were going to the point, man. Boom. They were going to destroy, man. Hang on. Hang on. Let me show you something. That's the object. That's the shape of the object that they're describing. Does that look like a balloon? I know it's this is a candle. I'm just using this for example. Imagine this silver or whatever color. This is the shape. This is the object that they're describing. Does that look like a balloon? That look like anything like a balloon? Well, need to get that with God, man. That's all I can say, man. It's peace, love, and understanding, much respect, and God bless each and every one of you, man. Just hope it ain't too late, man. You should have seen the birds, man. The birds come from the north. Must have been, I don't know. I didn't have my phone with me, man, but there had been, who knows, thousands and thousands of thousands, man, just all coming from the north, just heading. This is February, man. It's 55 freaking degrees outside in February in Michigan. This is one of the coldest months on record. And I talked about the Earth's core. Okay. It reversed. Okay. Now people get a little confused and shit, man. They don't come to understand. When the Earth's core reversed, it's a little process, a little bit of time before that pole shift happens, man. Do I want to say they're here to bear witness to the end of times, that they're just observing us? Huh? Do I want to say that? That's the reason they're here, is to observe our destruction. Are they ones that God warned you about? I can't help it that you can't understand the Bible and how it's written because man changed it around for to deceive you. But it talks about aliens. Just didn't have a word for us. They called everything angels. It talked about their flying devices. They didn't have words for UFOs. They didn't have words for space travel machines, and they didn't have the words for that. But here we are. Once you read the Bible for what it says, because like I said, he's the only one that ain't lied to you. I ain't even bother telling people about food, water, guns, ammunition. And that's going to matter none anyway, man. That's not going to keep you safe. God is. But then again, don't hurt to have some of that extra stuff on hand, man. Especially medication. Go about your business, man. Go about your business without God. I tried. And you've been following me for 13 years. I don't never really push religion on people, man. I just say how I feel, and that's that, man. You know, I don't come out here and preach the word of God. I come out here and tell you what God really wrote, what God really gave you a warning that's going to happen. These ain't angels, man. These ain't angels. Well, I got some stuff I got to do. I'll be back out later. We'll have another discussion about this. I'll wait for the facts to come out a little bit more for people can understand that I was telling the truth about them shooting down a UFO over Lake Huron. And anybody keeping score how many it is? You know, they're over in India, they're over in Russia, they're in South America, Central America. And don't forget, you have this laser beam being shot around the world. Oh, it was only in Hawaii. That son of a beep beep was shot all the way around the world, man. All right? It took a trip all the way around the world. And once again, them underground dumps, man. Them underground dumps is what they are imaging, man, with that technology. It's like I said, man. And God said that these people they're going to be underground are going to be safe. You know, it ain't happening, man. It ain't happening. Two people standing in the field, man. Only one will be standing. The one that's missing, gone, disappeared, he saved or she saved. Wear your red dress now, man. Put on your red dress now, boy. Go ahead, put on your red dress. Get all flamboyant. Get all loud. Get all disrespectful. Keep doing what you're doing to the children, God's children. Keep doing it. One of the commandments, thou shalt not kill. Well, it seems like abortion's killing to me. I don't want to be you, man. I do not want to be you. But if you made a mistake and that happened, you're young, Ask for forgiveness. That's it, man. Ask them to forgive you murdering your child. Have that talk with them, that one-on-one talk. All right, like I say, I got things I got to do, places I got to go. I think I'm going to go take me a little ride, man. Dust off old West 01, man. Gonna go dust off old West 01 and go for a little ride. See, they're pros, man. They ain't really got very limited defense on them, man. Now, some of the other ones that are going to show up shortly, oh, yeah, they're able to defend themselves, man. So, these ones here are pros, man. They're the ones they sent out first, man. And probe and map and everything on top of the earth, everything underneath the earth, all your so-called secret dumbs and shit, all your silos and missile silos, all that. Woo! You got it all hid and shit. Got shit hidden in jungles and shit in South America, Central America. You got it well hid, man. They got everything. Image from the top of this planet to what's underneath it, man. There's no place to hide. No place to hide at all. Just couldn't believe the birds, man. I just must have maybe it's because all the traffic in the air, man, shooting off one way and they shot off back this way, man, towards the south. But it was real. That was freaky, man. That's what I sit there. That's what drawed my attention up to the sky. It wasn't the military craft at first. It's the birds, man, because they were just poof. And then all the military action up in the sky went towards the north, Lake Huron right here. So something spooked them birds before the military even got to Lake Huron, man. The birds were already spooked. They were already coming south, man. I sat there and watched it, man. I don't know how many birds, man. It was just like, seemed like it went on forever with the birds. But they sure were beating their way up out of that way. It's all calm as hell now. You think there still be all kinds of activity and shit? You think there'd be some snooks all here, man, going off and shit? Must have been farther up north, man, on Lake Huron. Because I know they were deployed out of Southreach pretty quick. But I don't know. I ain't too sure if there's any other military bases in Michigan sent it over. It could have been up towards Alpena. All right, man. Peace, love, and understanding. Much respect, man. Be that of God and God's army, man. They're here, man. It's happening before your eyes, man. They can say what they want to say, man. I'll be back out later.